Hello people! In this video we're gonna to discuss a completely automatized Kovarex Enrichment Process facility that aims to be the most efficient as possible when it comes to the time needed from going to a single centrifuge working to a full set, in this case 16 centrifuges. Basically is a build once and then forget blueprint that you can deploy as soon as you research Kovarex Enrichment Process. To discover how this works, look at the rest of the video. So, let's get started. What we have here below is the typical uranium refinement facility that you have in a mid-game. Okay, so we have pure uranium crystals coming in. Our centrifuge is trying to separate the enriched uranium from the normal uranium, and yeah, the percentage of enriched uranium we can eventually find inside a crystal are very low, as you can see here. In fact, this belt here is being filled with normal uranium. The one you need, though, to feed your nuclear plants is the enriched, the one with the shiny green. How can you have as much the required enriched uranium? Well, you can by researching Kovarex enrichment process and setting down a uranium enriching facility. The problem of Kovarex enrichment process, though, is that it's quite complex recipe. As you can see here, it takes 40 uranium and 5 normal uranium. It will then produce 41 enriched uranium and get you back 2 normal uranium bars. Okay, the fact that is requiring so much enriched uranium may complicate things. In fact, in the early game, when you have very few enriched uranium, risking to oversaturating a machine, overloading it with instead of 40, let's say 45, 60, or even 80 uranium bar can drastically postpone the point in time where you have the constant flux of enriched uranium you need to power up your factory. So what you want to do is that have exactly 40 bars of enriched uranium in your Kovarex enrichment facility, and use any produced enriched uranium to load and ignite a new centrifuge, okay, to produce additional more enriched uranium. So what I wanted to have was a completely automatized facility, one that you can build once and then basically forget. I browsed the internet, I found a design that was pretty close to what I wanted, so I took it and I adjusted to the points that weren't satisfied as I wanted them. So now I will build it and show you how this design works in a completely automatized fashion. It doesn't require any manual intervention from me, so I can just lay it down and forget it. So let's start from this point here, the feeding point. This is the line, okay, that produced uranium. It goes down to my factory. Normal uranium is just to recycle it, let's say, to produce weapons. As you can see here, we have a filter. What it does is to get enriched uranium, and the belt is configured so that if no enriched uranium can possibly go down the line and end up in the base. So how it works, this facility, I put down 1 bar. As you can see, the belt stops, okay, you can see it stops, and the uranium is put into the external layer of this belt, where this centrifuge here takes it and waiting to have enough uranium to start the reaction. So as you can see, I put 1 down, 2, degree. Now this process usually requires hours. It will take hours before you have enough of this enriched uranium produced. Here I'm fastening things up just to demonstrate how the whole thing works. So uranium comes in, is fed into the machine. Eventually we will have 40 of it and it will start working. Let's wait a little bit more. I cannot fed it manually because the arm there, the inserter, is programmed to fed exactly 40. After that it will disable. That's why I need to do it manually. So hold on with me. Okay, it went. As you can see, the machine was fed and the inserter was disabled, so that any additional uranium ends up in the second centrifuge. I have it here. Go down, as you can see, ignore, goes in the next. So what's happening here? Uranium is being enriched. Okay, when the enrichment process ends, this arm here will unload the enriched uranium, put it in this chest where it is counted. Discounted, it will have, of course, 41 uranium. So the one produced is put on this belt, the other in this other one, and put it back into the machine. The produced one ends up in the main line and used by the next centrifuge in line. You can see the process is completely automatized, no manual intervention is required at all. I have one centrifuge working. If I have additional uranium, this is fed to the next centrifuge in line. Eventually all of them will start working and you will have the flow of enriched uranium you need to fuel up your factory. Here I have a lot of centrifuge, as you can see, 16. You can put down this layer and make it longer, shorter, depending on how much uranium you want. So this design is completely build it once and then forget. That's the beauty about it. So you see, now I have two centrifuge. The third one is being loaded. It must be noted that is not the most possible, let's say, efficient setup possible when it comes to the late game. That's because, as you can see, when this lead here becomes yellow, okay, the centrifuge is not working. So if you aim to have the most highest production possible per centrifuge, you will need to produce another layout, possibly using one centrifuge and another, and use the output of one to fed the next one. Okay, so the two constantly exchange uranium. That's possibly the most efficient process setup, sorry, to have the highest throughput possible. But what I wanted to achieve it here was not the highest throughput. I wanted to have a self-feeding, completely automatized mechanism that allow me to print something and then forget about this. Okay. Yeah, eventually all of them will start working and the resulting enriched uranium ends up in this chest where it can be used to feed your reactor, make bombs, research atomic bombs right now, do whatever you need. One aspect I didn't cover yet was this, okay? One thing that you need to be careful when you use a setup like this is that you don't want to saturate this internal line here, the one with the normal uranium. That's because when the centrifuge finishes the recipe, the resulting two crystals, okay, are put back into the main line. So if this line here is saturated, the machine cannot be unloaded and you end up with a clogged facility. That's why I set it up this inserter here to only put uranium into the belt if the belt is empty. Basically, this ensures that there are always some spaces okay, that allows the centrifuge to be unloaded. So that's the only other fix you need to make. So I will leave the link to the original design I found on Reddit and also the blueprint of this my refined solution. Let me know if you found it useful, if you found improvements, what you think about it. See you next time. Bye.